welcome to the Orange Flag Podcast. There is no Aries this week. Dana, we did not kill him. Brazil is just having technical difficulties. I'm Nicole.
I'm Austin. And let's start with Spa 24-hour announcements. And the fact that drivers are stealing our branding.
Yes,
that we
branding
created.
thieves.
Branding thieves.
Our branding. We invented the branding.
We did invent the branding.
That's our branding.
Mm-hmm.
Kangaroo, baguettes.
Yes. And Mathieu Jaminet just decided to steal it.
Kangaroo, one baguette.
Yes.
Yes, thievery has occurred.
Yeah, thievery has occurred.
MotoGP Twitter will catch that reference, but thievery has occurred.
Thievery has occurred in the form of Mathieu Jaminet using a baguette, kangaroo, and bus emoji to announce the Spa 24-hour lineup of CamJam and Moose. So
I saw that and I'm like, that's our branding. That's the CamJam and Kevin branding, except also with a bus.
Yes. Very me-targeted branding. I was like, who was in my head when they came up with this lineup?
Yeah, very you lineup.
Very me lineup. And
has Kevin announced if he's even doing Spa yet?
No. It was literally only this lineup.
Isn't the Spa, prologue this week, so shouldn't we know who's doing Spa by probably by the time this episode comes out?
We would hope.
I guess we will move on to WEC, since we don't have much else to say about Spa.
No.
Other than also Spa.
Yes.
For WEC. I just gotta say that race results aside, it's not a good look for the sport for their BOP to, be resulting in the manufacturer and drivers champions from the previous year not making Hyperpole the next year.
Yeah, it's not a good look at all.
It feels like it's a success ballast rather than a balance of performance, and it's just it's literally making it impossible for Toyota and Porsche to compete. And there's that meme of the Crip and the Blood with the bandanas tied together in their truce. And that feels like Porsche and Toyota fans right now, man, because
yes,
it's like normally
we're
hate
at each other
throats, but right now it's like we have a common enemy.
Yes.
And it is BOP.
It is BOP.
Because I don't even know that the enemy is Ferrari. Ferrari is just the beneficiary of this fantastic BOP. They're not the ones creating the BOP. So, do I want Ferrari to win? Of course not. But I don't know that they're actually the enemy in this instance. I think the system is the enemy.
Yeah, I will say though, Ferrari can be called the enemy for driver weight ballast.
Well, yes, absolutely.
They
Ferrari
can be the enemy for that.
No, not Ferrari. Let's just call him out. James Calado is the enemy for driver weight ballast. Because, you know what? Maybe you should have sought some counseling for the fact that you starved yourself into the hospital, James, rather than, turning this into something where you required the sport to change because of your inability to look out for your own health. And you know what? Your team's ability, so we can blame Ferrari. Because there should be someone at Ferrari that says, hey, James, you're not eating. Why are you not eating?
They have a mental health professional on their team, or they have nutritionists and things like that would just catch on to the fact that a guy on their team isn't eating
You would hope so, because you don't starve yourself into the hospital on one weekend.
No.
That's a long-term thing. And yeah, I think there's some systemic issues, and they're within Ferrari.
Yes.
And I'm not, how do I say this right? I'm not making light of the fact that a man felt that he had to take such drastic actions that he ended up hospitalized.
Yeah. Like, that's not okay.
What I do have an issue with is that he turned it into everybody else's problem. And the ACO and the FIA let that happen. Like, that they said, yes, this is a problem, and didn't say, hey, maybe work on that internally. They said, oh no, everybody else now is going to have to go through weird weight situations. And anecdotally, a lot of drivers have lost weight this year. Just
I was gonna say,
based on pictures on social media, a lot of drivers look a lot thinner than they did last year. So,
yeah,
James Calado might not have to lose weight anymore, but the whole rest of the hypercar field does.
Yeah, the rest of the hypercar field is either having to lose weight or increase weight, because we've seen it from both ends.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Matt Campbell, in fact, has arms now.
Yeah, he definitely has gained weight. Nothing wrong with that. He was literally a twig before. But we've seen it from both ends, and, like, doing both either way to drastic extremes is not healthy.
Yeah. All of that aside, Spa was probably no, it wasn't probably. It was the best race of the season so far.
Yeah.
It was actually semi-competitive, as in Ferrari didn't run away with it. There was some question multiple times throughout the race, is Ferrari even going to win this? And, I mean, they did, but they didn't go 1, 2, 3.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
I
was really hopeful for a hot minute there that Alpine was going to win.
It looked for a hot minute there like Alpine was going to win. Really, it didn't look like the Ferraris were going to survive on fuel.
Yes. Unfortunately, the Alpines did not win, but they did get on the podium. If you had told me once again that the team that would be, like, a big competitor for Ferrari for wins this season would be Alpine, once again, I would tell you that I would be laughing in your face, because that was not where we were at last year at all.
This man's looking like a freaking genius right now.
He made a very good choice.
like anti-Fernando Alonso right here. Yeah. Making the perfect choice at the perfect time.
Dude really lucked out.
You know who he is? He's Oscar Piastri.
Yes.
Making the exact right career move at the exact right time.
Except in his case, he went to Alpine and didn't leave Alpine.
Yes! Oh, that was perfect. Like we said last episode, Pascal Wehrlein joined Kevin Estre and Lawrence Vantore in the 6, and it went poorly.
It was terrible.
Would be an understatement. I'd say Kevin and Larry had the pace to potentially be competing for a podium, honestly.
Yes.
And then Pascal had the pace to be driving a GT car.
Yes.
And a hypercar.
Yeah. It concerns me very much so for the 4.
Yes. I think that what they might need to do is take Nico Muller and put him in the 4 and have Pascal be the backup.
Yes.
Because Nico had good pace. He actually might have had the second best pace in the car.
Yes.
So maybe that should happen. That change should occur.
Just an idea. You know, Just an idea. Yeah.
Yes.
It was painful to watch.
Yeah. But the six did come in ninth.
Yeah.
Yay for a couple points.
Woo.
It's really depressing that we're just hoping for points now.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's really bad.
Now, I couldn't even take Larry's advice and go on a bike ride because my bike chain is broken, and I'm waiting for my buddy that sold me the bike to bring extra chain links so I can fix the chain. So I currently am bikeless. Very not don't disappoint Larry of me.
Yeah. Very not just don't disappoint Larry. Womp womp, very unfortunate.
IMSA was happier though.
IMSA was happier, especially for the six. Yes.
Six.
Because CamJam won.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Yes. It was giving me flashbacks. Was this 2022?
Is it because my shirt came in? Possibly. In case you didn't see it online, it is CamJam No Kevin. For the non-Petite Sebring Daytona rounds. And see, it's got 2 baguettes, but one is missing, because that's Kevin, as opposed to the CamJam and Kevin one, which in fact has 2 baguettes.
Yes, and the kangaroo is very confused.
Yes, the kangaroo is confused as to where the Kevin baguette is.
I guess this also now does definitively determine which baguette is Jam and which baguette is Kevin.
No. I was gonna say, where did they sign in reference to... But no, Kevin signed on the side that still has the baguette. There. And that's the side that still has the baguette on this shirt. Yes.
Yeah, it was...
Long time listeners will appreciate this.
100%.
Also, apparently, Kevin Estra, Mathieu Jaminet, and Matt Campbell will appreciate this too, because they've all, interacted with the various iterations of the shirt.
Yes, Jam will also really appreciate it because he likes stealing the branding of the shirts.
Yes. Sadly, though, the CamJam win means that Kevin is the only one in his WEC car without an IMSA win. And that makes me sad on his behalf. The poor man has gone since Fuji last year without winning. And his teammates have gone much less time than that.
Yeah.
Without winning.
Well,
sorry, Kevin.
That's unfortunate. They need to find a way to fix that.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Maybe the Le Mans BOP will be good, and they can win.
We can hope.
We can hope.
Yes.
If not, maybe the BOP will be fixed by Coda.
We're just gonna keep going down the line until...
Maybe they'll win at Petite. We will be there as well.
I mean, we can hope. Our track record looks pretty good for that.
Kevin and Jam had a win, very snatched from them at Petite last year, so maybe they can win this year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Matt has been doing pretty good at navigating cars this year.
Yes.
Keeping ones behind him that should be behind him.
Yes.
So, perhaps in the same situation, Matt wouldn't have gotten Matt probably wouldn't have been finishing the race. But
I don't know anymore, because you really don't know what their strategy at Daytona. They threw him in very last minute to finish the race. They did. So
I don't think they would have had all the weird yellows not happened, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, at this point, you don't even know anymore.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, yes! Friends of the show, Lauren Heinrich and Klaus Bachler.
Yes.
won again. This time in Roxy.
Yes.
Where's my... So, AO had that sibling rivalry shirt, and that also came in yesterday, along with my CamJam No Kevin shirt. So, actually, I am taking credit for all of the results in the IMSA race, because I had my sibling rivalry shirt, which now is not current anymore because it's literally Roxy being mad at the fact that Rexy has won races.
Yes.
But now Roxy has won. So hopefully she is headed to the dentist to get a gold tooth. I really hope they continue that on with Roxy as well.
They should, you know? Like, I feel like
They
you
should.
have to.
Yeah. And then those who follow me on Twitter, and I guess also Kevin Estra, saw my tweet about the fact that my husband and my dad were, like, asking me over the weekend about how Kevin was doing. And my dad also asked about CamJam, who he's still a little confused about them, but he at least knows that they're in IMSA.
He's not as confused as my dad is, at least.
Yeah.
Because my dad thinks that CamJam drives for AO.
They in fact do not.
They in fact do not drive for AO.
There are a lot of PPM boys that have driven for AO.
Yeah.
CamJam are not two of them.
Not two of them, although AO.
Yeah.
If you want to.
That would be pretty fun.
It would be. I'm just saying.
Neither of them are available for Petite, though.
No, they are not.
Still saying, put Michael in the car for Petite.
Or Alessio just comes back.
Alessio, for some reason, had not announced Petite, so
we still don't know why, though.
Yes, but what about Michael?
I mean, I'd be okay with Michael.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we like Michael, so let's put Michael in the car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good plan.
Yes.
But yes, my husband also, for some reason, has decided that Mathieu Jaminet is Jamba Juice. I don't know why. But yes, that's him, Jamba Juice. So he was like, how's Jamba Juice doing? At least he knows Kevin's actual name.
Yeah!
He was like, how's Kevin doing? And I'm like, Kevin's not in this race. But his car that he's sometimes in is doing quite well.
Yes.
And then he realized that, in fact, Jam was in that car, and he was like, oh, Jamba Juice.
Mathieu Jaminet, I'm so sorry.
I would not be shocked if a Chaos Crew special arrived for either Coda or Petite that said Jamba Juice and was in the form of a friendship bracelet. I'm not making it, because I don't make friendship bracelets.
Well, now I have ideas.
I think Dana said, or Morgan said.
Yeah.
One of the two
One of them can. One of us will.
Chaos Crew cannot... Chaos Crew's doing Don't Disappoint Larry. Chaos Crew is doing Kevin Bestie. Chaos Crew is doing whatever Dana's strange idea for the 5 is. What else is Chaos Crew doing for Coda and or Petite?
I don't know. I feel like that's...
Playing Frisbee.
Yes. But I feel like that's everything, for now at least.
Kangaroos riding bicycles, carrying baguettes.
Yes. Stay tuned for that one. But now I almost feel like next race we go to...
Pink Pig nonsense.
Oh, yes.
We are doing a bunch of Pink Pig nonsense because Morgan has decided we are.
Yes.
I don't know why she's making Pink Pig bracelets for them. I don't think they'll be offended by the Pink Pig bracelets. No. I mean, it's just funny.
Yes. I will say, though, I feel like now next race we go to, we have to go to a Jamba Juice.
With Mathieu Jaminet?
I mean, I don't know.
There's gotta be one in Austin. Hold on, let me look up.
Let
me look up where the closest Jamba Juice Dakota is. Jamba Juice Austin. There is a Jamba Juice in Austin.
Okay.
Let's see if it's anywhere near Coda. No, it is not near Coda.
Well, it's
not terribly far from Coda, but it's not what I would call near Coda. Hold on, I can do directions. Of the Americas. Okay, it is 30 minutes from Coda to this Jamba Juice currently at 5:51 p.m. So it's probably less than that, like at a different time.
Yes.
Mathieu Jaminet, wanna go to Jamba Juice with us?
I'm just saying, I feel like we
for the bit.
Because, like,
it's the original for the bit place.
Yes.
So
yeah. And Daytona was out back for the bit, which then turned into the bit for other reasons.
Yes, I think that should be a thing that happens, I think.
Jamba Juice. I feel like we gotta go.
I think so. I suppose we can move on to the NLS.
Yes.
The Grello won. Yay. Changuven and Thomas Preining. Maybe Porsche should have picked Thomas Preining to be one of these people driving a 963 instead of Pascal Wehrlein. Because, yeah, I'm still not over how bad his stint was.
It was so bad.
It was so bad.
Like if anything, Preining should at least have been, like, a reserve guy.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I guess the news that everyone was kind of talking about online was Max Verstappen was doing testing at the Nürburgring for his GT team.
Yes.
He did it under a fake name, which, I mean, the Nürburgring lets you enter under, like, pseudonyms, under, like, just single name aliases. It's very whatever rules want to exist, but sure what he's doing with his career. Like, bro, you're supposed to be, trying to claw back at McLaren in Formula One and, restoring the honor of Red Bull and stuff, and you're out here testing a GT car on the Nordschleife? Like, okay, cool. Tinfoil hat on. I would not be surprised if he did retire sooner rather than later.
Oh, yeah.
And went to doing GT stuff like this. Possibly like GT World Challenge. Because it's such a more condensed schedule. You're looking at 8 to 10 races versus 20 plus, and he's got a brand new baby.
Yeah,
it would allow him to be home so much more.
Especially with having a kid.
It's all in Europe. He's not having to travel randomly across the globe. So I think this is kind of a preview of things to come for Max, but I don't know how soon.
Yeah. The only thing about it for me that was weird was, like, everyone saying Max was, like, setting lap records and, like, track records, and then, like, you look at the times, and he did not.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah, people were just being dramatic.
Yeah, but it was like, just stop.
Yeah.
Stop with your fake news. Well, I guess we can now move to Formula E, where we seem to have more teams leaving. Because Maserati's gone now, for 2026.
But they're getting it's not like teams are leaving.
Yeah.
Teams are just leaving their role as the team.
Yeah.
Like,
they're doing the whole, we're leaving, but we're handing the team over to, like, someone else.
Right. So, it's not the issue with, oh, we're going to be down 2 cars on the grid. It's just a team is changing ownership. It's like what's going to happen with McLaren.
Yeah.
They're just going to change ownership. That team's not going to go away. It hasn't been announced who they're going to change ownership to yet, but, like, that's the same thing that's happening.
Yeah. It's interesting to see 2 teams making the, like, same move for 2026. And it being announced, like, very close. Like, I didn't see Maserati leaving, stepping away, having somebody else take over the team sort of deal.
Well, hold on. Pause and consider this. Multiple teams have been rumored to be joining the WEC hypercar field.
True.
McLaren's obviously confirmed to be one of those teams, and that's why they're leaving FE. Maserati is rumored to be one of those teams.
Yeah, so I guess in that sense, like, it would make sense.
That's not in the notes because it just occurred to me while you were saying that there is a common thread between the two.
That didn't even come across my mind, honestly.
Yeah, because Maserati is one of the teams being rumored to possibly be joining WEC in the next 2 to 3 years.
Which I'd be totally okay with.
WEC is going to be unreal.
Yeah.
In the next 2 to 3 years.
Yes. So, along with other just continuing interesting stuff going on, Hitech? What's going on with Hitech? Nobody really knows. They may no longer have race cars. Because Oaks, who was the team principal for Alpine, is very heavily involved in Hitech. There's legal issues going on with him and his family, which has in turn impacted their F2 and F3 cars.
Yeah, Oliver Oaks' brother is supposedly involved in some business deals with Dmitry Mazepin. Yes, Nikita Mazepin's father. And he's on one of those worldwide sanction lists. You literally cannot legally do business with him. So all of the assets that are in any way related to Oliver Oaks' brother have been frozen, and that includes the Hitech cars. And then apparently Oliver Oaks is in Dubai now, trying to avoid possible extradition. So that's interesting.
Yeah, we all thought that him stepping away from Alpine was, like, due to the Jack Doohan, Franco Colapinto swap. That doesn't seem to be the case.
No.
It does, though, bring up an interesting question in my eyes. Paul Aaron was brought in by Oaks to be the reserve driver, so this could put his role at Alpine in question.
Also would not put it past Flavio Briatore to have secretly whistleblown on what the Oaks brothers were doing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he comes in, he finds that out, and he's like, I can stage a coup right now. I'm taking over this team. Hey, world exchange people, this is going on because the timing was incredibly suspect. And Flavio Briatore is that kind of a person.
Yeah. I feel like, though, something a lot of people were surprised by to also learn is that Flavio is Jack's manager, which made people very confused on the swap and everything, too. But it's Flavio. Like, can't put anything past that man.
Yeah, there's a lot of history about Flavio that I think people don't understand or didn't realize, because I feel like half of last week was, oh my gosh, Flavio used to be with Heidi Klum. Yes, they have a baby together. Oh, Flavio used to be Mark Webber's manager? Yes. Have you read his book? Like, oh, Flavio's close with Fernando Alonso? Did you not watch any of the past 20 years of Formula One? Like, people were just discovering things about Flavio that, like, I guess because I lived through it, were not shocking to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was at the same restaurant as Flavio and Heidi Klum once. So, like, yes, I know they were together.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Right.
Like, even, like, I feel like even if you weren't into the sport back then, whether because of age or just, like, you weren't into it, like, it's common knowledge.
You were 4 years old and you know it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like, literally, the year that I saw them, you were, like, 3 or 4 years old.
I was about to say, I was a child, like a baby.
Yes.
Even I know this. So, it's not that hard to do, like, some Google searching and read some books.
Yeah, ChatGPT didn't tell them, Grok didn't tell them, so they don't know.
That's unfortunate, y'all.
Well, IndyCar also happened. There's a lot of racing this weekend.
There was.
The Indy GP, which is the road course at IMS, that race was this weekend. Alex Palou won because he's apparently just unstoppable.
Shocker. I mean, just wait till we get to ovals.
Yeah, this is why I wish there was a pre-Indy 500 oval, because we would know whether Palou has overcome the oval issue. The problem is he was fast in the open test.
Yeah,
like,
true.
The Ganassi's were not slow in the open test. It is not up to him. It is not up to the team. It is up to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, who wins that race. And if the Indianapolis Motor Speedway deems that it should be Palou, I guess it's going to happen, but there's 32 other people that the track might deem should win.
Yes. I really hope it's someone else, but not Joseph Newgarden.
Yeah. The only thing I think that we can look at is, like, this is truly a historical season. Like, whether you like Alex Palou or not, there is no denying what he's doing. Like, IndyCar is a spec series, right? And there isn't BOP. So, what he is doing is on merit. He is outclassing the field. And whether you like him or not, I think you need to appreciate the talent that he is bringing. And a lot of people, I think, are not appreciating that.
Yeah, I think it's also something to be said with, like, apparently the only passes on track for the lead have been Palou.
Yes.
To get the lead, like, that is a literal stat. Yeah, like, that alone I feel like is enough of a stat to be like, this guy's good. Like,
yeah. I think people were a little upset about and we were upset about it last week, about the tire strategy at the Indy Road course. Scott Dixon definitely was upset about it because it really took all strategy out of the race. There was 2-3 stop.
There was zero strategy to the race. Like, it was so predictable.
Were you on hards or were you on softs?
Which was driving me insane.
Yeah, it was. So Scott's interview where he was ripping into the tire strategy was funny because he started by being like, so the only thing was, like, if you're on primary, I mean hards. Or softs. Like, they have clearly told the drivers that this is new branding, new messaging that IndyCar is going for, because Scott Dixon does not misspeak in interviews.
No.
The man is a media robot. So that clearly showed that he doesn't like not saying primaries and alternates, and they are being told to say hard and soft tires, which is what our theory was the whole time.
Yes.
But Scott has essentially
confirmed it. That whole interview, though, was just great. Like,
it was.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Because, like, it literally took away, like, the exciting aspects of racing. Like, Scott couldn't do his insane fuel saving, and, like, that's always, like, just, like, an exciting part of the race, is what the hell's Scott Dixon gonna be doing, and we couldn't even have that.
Yeah, I mean, he is not the greatest qualifier. He's actually a good oval qualifier,
Yeah.
but on road and street courses, he's not a great qualifier, and has always been able to offset that by some crazy strategy. And now, he's still fighting his way back up through the field, but races that he may have won or gotten on the podium in the past, he's now 5th, 6th, still top 10, but not what he's been able to do in the past, what I think everybody thinks of when you think of quintessential Scott Dixon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully there's a little more strategy variation on the ovals, but I don't know. The hybrid may just destroy it all.
Stupid
really
hybrid.
Curious to see, why I wish there was because I know we saw ovals last year, but I wish there was a pre-Indy 500 oval race for us to see what's going on. I know people, you lose the excitement of, oh my gosh, this team is good on ovals if you have a pre-500 oval, but I look at it as you have additional storylines.
Yeah.
It's also, what random team is going to magically be good on an oval this year?
It's also the Indy 500. Like, it's not going to lose its magic or anything if there happens to be another oval before it.
Like, 80% of the people that watch the Indy 500 don't watch another, I made that stat up, so don't quote me on it, but don't watch another IndyCar race all season. So they're not losing out on anything by there being an oval early in the season.
It's silly.
And then, I guess one thing that really has been noticed across every series this year has been kind of the one-sided aspect of it. IMSA has literally been swept by one team. WEC has literally been swept by one team. You've only got 3 different winners from 2 different teams in Formula 1.
IndyCar, you've got Palou
2 winners.
And Kyle Kirkwood.
Yep. And then even in Formula E, Oliver Allen has a historic lead in the championship right now.
Yeah, even though he's not winning a ton of the races, he's just getting...
Yeah, I have him!
Yeah! he's getting so many points each race that he's
But he's also, won multiple races.
Yeah, but even though he's
won 3 races?
Yeah. He hasn't won, though, every race. It's just he's done well in basically every race.
Right.
Even if he doesn't win, that he's just gotten such an insane point lead.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that Formula 1 feels like the series that is competitive this year. I mean, looking at IMSA and WEC. And I wouldn't say we are upset about the IMSA results.
Definitely not upset about the IMSA results. Upset about the WEC results.
I think we are okay with the IMSA results.
Yeah, I think we're okay with the IMSA results. As all of my Tandies.
Here we go, just, random PPM people.
I mean, if you look close enough, Larry's right there.
There's another Matt.
On the PlayStation controller, so.
But yes, we are not upset about that. However,
no.
I do need to admit that it's almost feeling predictable.
Yeah.
I will say the race at Laguna was at least a little wild at the end.
No, it was an exciting race. It was
the outcome was still the outcome, and that's kind of something that I wanted to bring up that may be a little controversial, is that I think that, you can call them whatever you want. My new term that I've invented is surface level fans. Synonyms might include new fans, Drive to Survive fans, influencers, but I am going to call them surface level fans. Orange Flag Pod original, but surface level fans seem to be unable to appreciate midfield racing. All that matters to them is, oh my gosh, Oscar Piastri won again. Oh my gosh, Porsche Penske won again. And it's like, no, there was crazy stuff happening further back. Like,
and also, like, in some of the races, it's not even that further back. Like, the competition for second and third is insane. Like,
but people look at someone wins, and IndyCar's the absolute best example of this. Like, Alex Palou has won all but one race, but there are crazy storylines. Rinus VeeKay is like a handful of points behind Colton Herta in the points standings. Like, what? Because he's just been secretly doing really well.
Yeah, where did this coin come from?
Yeah.
It's the power of just, robot car.
Yes, robot car.
Yes.
But it's just very crazy how people are unable to look past who's on the top step of the podium. And I think racing becomes a lot more exciting and a lot more fun if you're paying attention beyond the podium at all. Like, who comes in 4th through 8th in a race is usually crazy exciting.
Yeah. Like, it's not all about the podium.
Or 9th if we're talking about WEC this week. 9th was very important.
9th was very important. But, like, it's not all about the podium. Like, it's about the race in general, and there's going to be interesting things happening, like, all throughout the race in every single position. Maybe just not first right now. And that's just how it is. And if you are wanting to become, like, an actual fan and, like, follow it seriously, like, start looking at more than just the very front of the field. I will say, though, some series do make it harder because they only show the front of the field sometimes, it feels like. But there's more to the sport than just who's winning.
Yeah, I'll say Formula One makes it pretty tough because they do love to just show first and second. Like, okay, here's first, here's second, here's first again, here's second, here's some pit stops.
Yeah.
Nothing's really gonna happen.
Nope.
Yesterday, watching the IMSA race was slightly frustrating because I wanted to see the gap between Mathieu Jaminet and Nick Tandy.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to see.
All I
physically
wanted.
How close. And they're showing the GT field the whole race. And, like, that's great. Awesome. Show us the random fights in GT. But, like, I need to see how close Tandy is getting. Like,
and then
ask any driver who you don't want chasing you down in the closing stages of a race, and it is Nick Tandy.
Yeah, but, like, and even when they would cut to, like, Jam and Tandy, it would be at, like, points where, like, the fight wasn't really occurring, and it would be, like, for 5 seconds, and then they'd cut back to GT racing. It's like, no!
Right. Or
no.
it would be in traffic, and it wasn't representative.
No. I was like, can we actually cut to it, like, during a good moment? Please.
We can see what's happening. And then, like, I don't think that we saw Roxy at all.
No.
Like, I mean, granted, they had, like, a 10-second lead the whole race.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. But Lauren Heinrich is on another level. Like, he is seriously a level above the rest of the GTD Pro class. Like, it's... And in a group chat that we're in, people were like, well, if he was that good, he'd be in Hypercar Talks. And it's like, okay, but who are you going to kick out? Like, I'm sorry, but someone's going to need to retire. Like, are you kicking Felipe Nasser out of his seat so you can put Lauren Heinrich in? Are you kicking Nick Tandy out of his seat so you can put Lauren Heinrich in? Like,
also, with the way PPM has been performing this season of getting 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, are you going to really want to mess with your lineups? We do say this with the fact that last year they did well in the championship and then flip-flopped guys, but...
Yeah. They 1-2 in the championship last year.
And then
flip-flopped the guys.
Yeah, literally I felt like half the commentary for the race was one calling Maddie Campbell, which was great.
Yes, that was great.
The other half of the commentary was talking about how Tandy and Jam were teammates last year.
Yes, it was.
So
yeah, well, they were in fact teammates last year. We did see them on the same step of the podium with one another at Petit.
Yes, their car did almost hit us.
By the way. Their car did almost hit us, yes. Came in second because Ranger is madman. That car still, sorry PPM, but the 01 Caddy still has my heart. And I think it always will. Because you guys have some pretty cool lineups going on, but that was like just about as good of a lineup as I could create. Was the 01 Caddy. So
yeah,
I'm just so happy I saw them win in their last race.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen Kevin win a race. Could have if they hadn't. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin, you can redeem yourself. You have 2 more races this year.
Yeah.
Wherein you can redeem yourself.
But no. I was like, why do we keep just commentating on the fact that the 2 of them used to be teammates? There's more we can talk about.
I mean, they also talked about the fact that Matt and Jam were teammates in the past a bunch, too.
I was completely fine with that commentary, though, because as we know, I really like plaid car.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, so I was completely fine with that.
But no, I don't know where we were before that.
I don't either.
How did we? That was drinking game because we got so sidetracked on PPM. We somehow relived Petite. Talked crap to Kevin. Talked about the 01 Caddy. Oh wait, I have that. Bam, 01 Caddy.
Yeah,
this is the yellow one. But
yes, you know what it had me realizing? The Sebring podium I saw was basically, in a ways, the Petite podium, just different orders.
Yeah.
So.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm expecting, and I shouldn't expect anything, but I am expecting some form of a 6-7-60 podium at Petite, because in races wherein Scott Dixon and Penske cars compete, both have been on the podium.
Yes.
Every time.
Yeah.
Or top 3. We gotta say top 3. Because the Indy 500. So I guess actually, at the 500, we'll see if my Scott and Penske's still stand.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, wait. No. St. Pete.
Scott and Joseph were on the podium.
No, I was thinking of my stat. That was 2 Penske's.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But
we weren't specific enough with yours.
Of the 6, 7, and the 60 are going to be on. Hopefully, it's, I would be okay with that order.
Yes.
6, 7, 60.
I'd be okay with 6, 60. 7.
Bad PPM fan.
We all know this. My top 2 cars are the 6 and the 60.
Bad PPM fan.
I would like to
supposed to be PPM fans on this podcast.
I was a 60 fan first.
Yeah, but they don't like us. PPM does.
I'm just saying.
I still can't find Felipe Nasser in here. I've lost him. Wait. I found him! This is my stack of PPM cards. And apparently this too, because I just found Imsolari. But yes, slowly creating them. Because these are my last year's WEC cards.
Yeah.
As evidenced by Andre.
Yes, yes.
But yes, here we've got ourselves a 7, got ourselves a 6.
Yes. Oh, wait, here. I can complete it.
Oh, do you have the 60 cards? I don't.
And we also have the 60.
Very nice. I have Tom in here somewhere. Forgot that I got. Dang, I could have used my Nico card when we were talking about him. I forgot I had him.
I somehow didn't get Nico.
I didn't get Pascal.
I got, like, Dennis, but didn't get Nico.
Yeah. I did get Nico. Well, somewhere in here I thought I had a Tom card, but I don't know where it is.
You definitely do have a Tom
Well, no,
card.
I know I have a Tom card, but I don't know where it is.
That's unfortunate.
Yep, so we can't use that. I forgot that I had Nico, though. Okay, he looks completely different in this.
Yes.
Like, what does putting them in this outfit do and make them look different? Like, I'm just saying, he looked like a very different person at Spa.
Oh, he really did.
Maybe it's just the 963 causes a glow up.
Maybe.
What we're gonna go with.
Yeah.
Drinking game went off at the end there.
Very off at the end there.
No, we forgot to talk about fellow podcaster and how he doesn't get a Creed car.
I guess we could talk about fellow podcaster and how he doesn't get a Creed car. Because I feel like that was everyone's thought when they saw this promo video from MSR, which, hey, this is an easy transition. We're going from sports car MSR to IndyCar MSR.
I found Tom, by the way.
Hey, there we go. That was IndyCar Tom. So
yes,
it was just helping the transition. Everyone's natural reaction when they saw Fro, which another transition.
And this actually is all just full circle.
Yeah. And his promo video for his livery reveal for the 500 that should have been Rossi's car, because he gets a whole Creed car for the 500.
Poor Rossi. I really think that he was probably upset about that. Like, genuinely. Yes. Because he is, at least as far as we can tell, genuinely a Creed fan. He has gone to multiple Creed concerts. I don't think that's just a bit for the podcast.
No.
Speaking of Rossi, he had a kid.
Yeah. Congrats to Rossi.
Yeah, Alex Rossi, congratulations. Fantastic job of hiding that your wife was pregnant.
Yeah. No one saw that coming. At all.
Just like, hey, let's just drop this randomly.
Like,
baby!
I feel like everyone did a double take. They were like, what?
The timeline was just like, Rossi had a kid? What?
What? Is this true? Like,
yeah, it was wild.
It was insane.
So, NASCAR, but still sort of IndyCar. Obviously, this week, and by the time this drops, it will be Fast Friday. This week is Indy 500 quali. So, Kyle Larson is obviously doing the double, and has said that if he makes it to the Fast 6, he is skipping that, will start 6, so that he can make the All-Star race, because NASCAR is making him prioritize NASCAR this year, because he didn't prioritize NASCAR last year, and it kind of, I think, brought a lot of criticism on the series for the fact that he did not prioritize NASCAR.
Yeah.
Kyle's been having a good season, so it also makes sense for him to prioritize NASCAR. He just won this past weekend. He's just been really, like, unreal in everything. Like, even when he's not winning, he's still like, oh, he didn't win because strategy didn't play out right. He's still easily one of the fastest cars out there every single week.
Yeah, and he's adding more stuff to his calendar because he's going back to racing in Australia now, too.
Yeah.
Dude's insane. But
yeah,
another insane kind of thing that happened in NASCAR that I think is just perfectly NASCAR.
Yes.
Is in Truck Series, Carson Hocevar, who is a Cup Series driver, was doing a truck race, won the truck race, and proceeded to give the middle finger to second place car as they passed each other.
At least he was not riding the Dente truck this week, because Chili's probably would have flipped out at that negative media around it. So it was a different paint scheme on the truck.
Yes. Different paint scheme.
No issue with Chili's.
No issue with Chili's.
Ride the Dente, people.
Yes, ride the
Not
Dente.
An ad.
Not an ad.
We do like margaritas.
Their sales, though, have gone significantly up since, Ride the Dente has become a thing on cars. So
it's such good marketing. Like,
oh yeah,
I didn't think of Chili's other than, wow, I used to go to Chili's with my family when I was a child.
Yeah.
And now, like, I think about Chili's a bunch.
Yes.
Oh, also, I have a Chili's gift card that I got. Should we do a giveaway with this Chili's gift card? Like, I don't know, we can do a Le Mans giveaway for the Chili's gift card. I don't know what the parameters will be, but let us know if you think that we should do a Chili's gift card giveaway. I don't know how much the gift card is. I'm gonna guess it's either $25 or $50. So it's like money, and I will mail it to you. If you win, let us know.
And then you can ride the Dente.
Yes, you could ride the Dente a bunch if you had a $50 gift card.
Yes.
Especially if you go to Florida, where they let you double fist drinks at Chili's.
Yeah.
They don't let you do that in Texas.
It's Florida, baby.
Thanks for listening. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at Orange Flag Pod. On Twitter, Nicole is at Cars on the Street, Austin is at Hendrik Claren, Aries is at Aries_Alpenglow.
Stay orange.